Hello friends, welcome back to channel. Hope you are doing well. So today we are going to learn about the Git and GitHub. So basically Git is a popular method of version control systems which is used to store a source code for the developer. And GitHub basically a website where we can manage our repositories, our users, our permissions, our branches, tags, etc. So let's start with the basic agenda. So in this video we are going to learn about these things. This video will be little bit big, so we'll try to cover each and every component of the Git. So let's start with the introduction. So Git is a version control system which helps to track changes in the code. So basically we all are available, we all are aware that multiple developers are working on the same code or same project, or we can say consider as a same functionality. So whenever they want to change anything, they will apply on GitHub. So such a system to manage source code is known as version control system. There are lots of version control systems are available in the market like GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, many more. So GitHub is one of the most popular and the usable by the developer, and it is most preference by the developers, that maximum developers wants to work on the GitHub. So GitHub is a website allow developers to store and manage their code using Git. So I'm just navigating to github.com. So basically github.com is you just need to sign up free to create and upload your data. It will provide some free, and it's having also some enterprise level of packages as well. So this is basically a dashboard of the GitHub. Let's start with by creating the new repository. So our first topic is to create a new repository. When you want to create a new repository, just click on the new. Name of the repository. So name of the repository that you want to create to use that particular repo. So let me choose let's say a tech server repo. Also description, some of the descriptions that you want to put as the detail of this newly created repo. So I just simply mention this repo created for blog purpose. Here there are two options. First is public and second is private. Public means anyone can use this repository on internet, but you can only choose who can commit or who can not. Second, private, you choose who can see and commit to this repository. So you need to provide the invitations towards for the private repository. No one can directly access your private repository. So for testing purpose, I'm just going to use public for this vlog. Here there is options to add a readme file. Readme file basically is used to just to have the detailed information or instructions for any setup or any kind of information you want to put. You can use readme file. So you can simply use a readme file. Also you can add and create a readme file online. There are numerous editors available to create the readme file. It is similar to text edition, text file, but little bit different than it. Then we have git ignore template. There are other numerous type of git ignore templates available with this repository, where you can just choose your technology. According to technology, it will add some of the required files with extensions which you can't upload it to your repository. So gitignore template is basically used for respective technologies of framework. For example, if I talk about any of the WordPress, for example, let's if I choose WordPress, so what are the files which don't require to commit over the repository? Those files never been included, or those files never been committed to a repository. So you can add a gitignore template. Also, you can choose your custom .gitignore once the repository being created. So I'm using WordPress as it is, as my repository is not contained any kind of WordPress, but to validate whether gitignore template is created properly or not with proper file extension or files, I'm choosing WordPress. Then license, you can tell other that what they can and what they can't do with your code. So you can add your license file with the repository. So I'm choosing nothing. Then this will there will be main as a default branch. Whenever you create a repository in GitHub, the default branch is included as main. If you want to choose as another like master or secondary or anything, you can change in your setting to change your main branch instead of main to master or anyone. Okay, but I am choosing as it is. Let me create the repository. So here you can see there are two files, .gitignore and readme file, and there is only one branch or master. So let me validate this gitignore. So according to WordPress setup, there are certain files which are being already included with the gitignore. So those much files are not being committed nor changes over the GitHub repository nor uploaded. So those were automatically excluded. Okay, so now let me talk about the different thing. First, here there are options to add the file. Here you can directly upload or create the file if you have just small changes and small update on the file. So you can create an update file, upload file here directly. So let me, if I click on create file, automatically one editor will be created. Here you just need to put a name of your file with extension and update the changes. Also you can upload the file from your local hostings. You can choose your file. Now there is one option called code. So here there are three options: HTTPS, SSH and GitHub CLI. Also you can download the zip. Also you can open with your Visual Studio Code. It will create, it will shows you the details. How can you open with your Visual Studio? Automatically trying to launching with the Visual Studio. So let me choose HTTPS. So I'm just copying this link. Now let me navigate to my desktop and I'm creating one folder. And name as a test repo. Now let me open the command prompt. Also, one of the prerequisites to run the command called git. So git command line utility is required. So you can simply search on Google that how to install a git or GitHub desktop in your Windows based machine, or if it is open source or Ubuntu or Debian based, you can also search for same. So let me just clone the branch, git clone, and I'm just paste it's cmd git clone, and I'm just right click and paste. If I enter, automatically one folder created for Texel repo, and in which there are two files being automatically cloned. And if I put space dot, then automatically both the files been check out on the root directory, means this directory. So let me choose this, or I can just remove this. Let me just check out on the folder. So here you can see that one folder created with the repository name text or repo, and it includes the three things: .git, a hidden file of your configuration, gitignore, and readme file. So let me just delete, and again let me choose dot. So here you can see on root directory of your location, it will create the files which is committed to your repository. So this is the basic idea. How can we create the repository and add the files with readme and the other stuff. Now second step, we are going to add some files and upload to repository. Now let me edit something or else like create some files. Let me edit something on readme as well. Blog purpose, and I'm going to make some changes on repo. Let me save and add some files for testing purpose. Test1, and I'm just adding this. This is test file. Save. Now let me navigate to my. So first here we are going to learn about Git status. So there are three basic status. So let me just navigate to the presentations, and there are four type of Git status. Modified files, a file modified in local editor. That means I have added readme file in my local editor, which is not actually committed nor add to Git repository. Second is untracked. Those file was newly created but not add in Git. We just created our new file, not an add a new file in our Git repository nor add it existing. Unmodified, some of the files been never been touched, those files will status under unmodified. And stage files stands for like I have added some files and also run command called git add and file name, but it is not committed to my repository, so such file consider under stage files. So let me show you. So first is modified readme.txt, and test1.txt is unmodified. So first let me add git add, and if I want to add multiple file, I can simply add dot. That means whatever the change file applied on this file, on this directory, will automatically add. Then I need to commit this file, but before commit, where did I commit it? I haven't add any remote repository for this repo. So let me first try to commit. Git commit -m, m stand for message. Why you choose a message? That I just want to commit with this changes. So by using that particular message, you can identify why this file being uploaded. So like saying this is my first commit. Now again I'm just running git status. So here you can see all the files being ready to commit, and you're supposed to publish your local commits. So let me run git push origin and main. Now what this command means? Git push it will push your status or the files to Git repository. Origin stands for one of the layer which is created on local Git repository, which is not actually being committed to GitHub repository. So origin stands for the layer repository which is actually being managed on local level, and our name of the branch is main. So let me try to upload. So here you can see my 4 files being uploaded. Okay, now my question is, how can you identify whether this file need to be uploaded on this repository only? So here we do have one hidden directory called Git. Sorry, there are some of the files under .git directory: commit, edit, configuration, head, index. All the information relevant to your repository is saved under this directory. So let me open with this. So I'm opening the configuration file, where you can find the origin information and URL of the repository, github.com, harpal1990, my GitHub account name, and the name of the repository with .git extension. So my file been uploaded there. So let me validate whether been uploaded properly or not. So I'm just refreshing this page. Here consider there are 2 files with readme file. The one file being created, taste1.txt, and my readme file also being up to date. So this is the basically idea to add and commit and push to our GitHub. Now this is the folder where I just add existing repository or clone the existing repository. Now let me navigate to desktop and create a new directory. mkdir test1 repo, sorry, mkdir test1 repo, test1 repo. Now here I didn't have any kind of folder nor file nor anything. I'm not going to clone the existing repository on this folder. So how can you use the existing blank folder and check out the existing repository? So let me run first command called git init. So git init is command to initialize your directory as a Git repository. So let me run first git init. So here you can see the message called initialize empty Git repository in test1. So here if you consider file, there are normal Git being initialized. Now second thing I need to add, let me navigate to that particular directory, test1 repo. Here you can see the .git is created and I'm opening the config file. Let me open Visual Studio Code. So if you compare this core file with the previous one, config file with the previous one, there is no certain configuration of your repository. If you open this, there is remote, origin, branch, main, this reference been added. So we need to add this reference using git command. So command is git remote remote add, let me copy the name of the URL, branch URL, repo URL, remote add origin, and the URL of the repository. So here you can see I have added one URL. So let me revalidate this config file. So here you can see the repository configuration file is up to date. So if you want to add, you can add. Now let me pull the changes from my repository to local. So git pull origin, because I want to download, so I use pull. When I want to upload, it should be push, but I need to download, so it is pull. So I just want to download my origin. So running command called git pull origin main. Now let me navigate to folder. This is my test1 repo, and this file being created, readme and test1.txt. So whenever you want to add remote repository, you need to add something like, first you need to init, then remote add origin, and then you need to pull your changes. So this is the basic idea of how you can manage the remote repository by creating the new folder. So now next we are talking about the branch. So what is branch? So basically a branch is a kind of sections where we can just identify what this branch is basically for. For example, nowadays for one function or one functionality, there are number of developers being managed this repository. So it is not happening, it should not happening like changes of one developer is create an issue for another. So according to the commit ID or according to the changes, developer are used to create a new branch, and then they check out their branch and they upload their changes. So all the changes being keep separated for each other's changes. So it should not create a problematic or nor any kind of functionality or compatibility issue or any kind of overlaps issue. So by default there is only one branch. If you click on the branches, you can create a new branch. Let me take a name, for example, let's say staging, and source means from where you want to just clone your source code. So you can just choose as it is by default only one branch is there, so you just need to copy it from the main. Now let me navigate to dashboard. Here you can see there are two branches, one is staging and one is master. So let me check out the staging branch on test1 repo. This is the additional new folder which I created and get the origin. So first command is git branch. So it will show you which branch you are currently. So let me check out, git checkout main. Now switch to main. Git branch. So there are two branch, main and master. Master is considered as a local origin branch. So let me select there. Now let me switch to the staging. Git checkout staging. So it shows some branch is not there. So sometime it happened that when you newly created branch, sometime the your database of the GitHub is not being up to date. So you need to run the command called git fetch. So here you can see new branch is being shows as a low in list. Now let me add something on test file and update readme file as well. For staging, this new line is add for staging branch only. Save and readme file. Just adding some create staging branch on tech server repo. So I added two things on my staging, but it's being not up to apply on the staging branch. So let me first run git status. Here you can see your staging branch is there. Git add, there are two files being modified, and now let me add let me git add dot git commit -m add changes after create the staging branch. Now let me run again status. So here you can see both the files been add. Now I'm git push origin from the local repository layer to which branch. This time I need to upload to staging. So in last push I use main branch to upload my changes. This time I'm just having to upload on staging. So I'm just putting staging. So now let me validate those changes. Refresh. Currently I am the staging branch. So let me open readme and test1 file. Here you can consider tech server global blob staging readme. This create staging on tech server repo, and this one is also for staging. Now let me switch it to main, validate whether the changes being reflected or not. So here you can consider tech server repo. I am going to make some changes on repo, but what I made in staging environment, create a staging branch on tech server. So in this way you can create some branch, and you can just separate your changes from branch to branch, and according to developer, according to the changes, your changes not being reflected on different repository. So this is the way to create a branch using GUI, or we can say using console. Now same thing we are managing from the command line, which is another way to manage. Let me first validate git branch, which branch currently I am set at I am at staging branch. So let me create branch. To create a branch, we can have command called git branch -b and branch name. So let me say some testing. Git branch why this showing in some mess. B is not available to create let me check this command utility. Sorry, there's some command line utility issues. The only thing we need to just create branch or git branch and the branch name. Now to check out, I need to use git checkout -b and testing. So let me choose git branch. Okay, so testing branch is there. So let me validate on the console as well. Here you can see there is no branch. So let me just check out the branch. Sorry, to just change the branch. So git push origin. Let me check out to main. Check out main. Now git add dot git commit -m update branches git push origin now git checkout staging testing, the new branch which we have created. So now it switched to testing and my git branch is test. So here you can create a branch with and check out using this thing. Okay, so now if I want to delete my branch, you can simply first check out to different branch, git checkout main, and then just git branch -d and testing. It shows it's not fully merged, so simply it's downloaded and removed. Now let me move to the next thing, merge code. So if you want to merge between two repository, sorry, not repository, branch, so you can create a pull request to merge the code. As we know, the staging environment is having files, updated files, and main is having the not up to date thing. So to merge the code, we can also run a command with command line utility and let me first show you how can we validate the command where. So first I'm just validating the branch. So here you can see my master staging is there. So let me just first validate diff get diff and with staging. So readme files being managed, there are two changes, and one is the test1.txt. so let me, after validating difference, I can just merge the thing. So git merge staging. So here you can see there are two files, two changes been updated, and four changes has been uploaded. Now git push origin main. Let me validate. This is the new line for staging branch, and the create staging branch on the texture or repo. Both the things been merged from staging to master. Also same thing you can add or manage using pull request. Now let me edit this file on the master on main only. Now this line for pull request from the GitHub commit changes. Now let me create a pull request, new pull request. The base should be the main and compare it to staging. So let me check. So here you can see there is no changes, but let me change to staging and compare it to main. There is one file updated on the main branch. So whenever you create a pull request, make sure you can understand between base and the compare branch. Okay, so let me create pull request, and it shows some changes. This line has been added. This line been already there. I have added some space, so it shows plus, and this line was also added. So let me create a pull request. And now let me merge the pull request and confirm. So now the branch has been merged using pull request. So same thing you can create validate from the command line utility as well as the pull request GUI base. Now the last topic is the next topic is git reset. Now how can you validate the changes, or how can you validate the previous changes? So here there is options to validate those changes with git commit. So there are 4 changes been applied: initial, first commit, add after changes, and update. So let me navigate to my CLI console. First I am just validating the branch name, git branch, its main. Always whenever you start working, take a pull, git pull origin main. So whatever changes been updated on main, it will automatically check out to my main branch. So now first I am editing something on file level and not being committed. So let me open code and dot. So let me add the file is changed at local. So let me save this, and I'm adding this file git add and my readme file. I'll change in readme file. So let me add it. But after adding, let me run the command status. After adding, I realized that the file actually been not up to mark change, or it is invalidated. So file is been added but not commit, not being uploaded to my branch nor repository. So this status is contained to unstaged value or stage. So I want to reset from the file level. So when you want to reset at file level, git reset and readme.tmp. So file automatically unstaged from the add stage. So now let me status. So automatically it shows modified and it's being not added to committed. Okay, so it's not being added nor up to date with the repository. Okay. Now if you run simple git reset, also it will working like the same git reset. Well, if you don't know the file name, then you can just simply run reset, but it will reset all the modified files. Now let me navigate to this file level, and I'm just now let me add this file changed by text server for testing. Let me save. Now let me add readme, and I'm just also add it as a committed git commit -m update readme file for reset. I'm adding this message so I can identify whether updated or not, and git push origin and main. Now after upload or after commit, you realize that it was wrongly committed. Now how can we reset the head, or how can we reset to particular commit ID? So first we need to understand what is the commit ID. To validate the commit ID, here we can have options git log. So here you can see each and every commit having one commit ID. It is also named as head ID. So where you can have the message, initial commit, first commit, add after changes, update test1.txt, and the last one is update readme file for reset. And you can also consider head is currently mapped to this particular commit ID. So now I want to change this head to this ID, because I just update this file but it was wrongly configured. So I want to change the head to this. So there are two ways. Either I can reset to commit ID with this commit hash, or else if I want to reset it to the one stage previous head, I can use command git reset head ~1. So let me first reset to this, and then I reset to the very initial configuration. So let me run the command called git reset head and tilde 1. Tilde means one, it will automatically reset one commit ID previously. So I just said that unstage the change after reset. Now let me open the code again. Let me close this file, and I'm just closing this file as well, so at least we have. Let me close this only. So code. Here let me open the file. Now let me validating the git log. This head is up to test1. Now let me git pull origin main. Please commit your changes before merge, because it shows the changes been not would override some changes, but actually you have changed your head to this. So this is the way to reset your header from one to another. Now let me run again git head, and now let me change my commit ID to reset and my commit ID. So this is the initial commit, so it will automatically being modified. And let me git log. Currently I am on query initial commit. So this is the way to validate or reset your commit thing. If it is not showing an error, it is not working and it shows an error, you can also run the command with --hard git reset --hard and commit ID commit hash. It will use to reset your commit to exact particular your commit ID. Okay, now if you want to fork your repository, what is fork? If you want to use an existing GitHub repository and you just need to copy that particular repo in your local repository, then you can use the fork. In real scenario, how can you fork? How can you use the fork scenario? Whenever, for example, if you have the ready-made repository and you want to provide it to your another developer to use that, so you can simply ask him to fork your repository. So how can you fork your repository? So I'm just navigate to click on this search bar, and I'm just click on the any of the well-known setup. Like let me search for WordPress. So let me validate. Yes, there are total 302,000 requests. Results are available for the WordPress. So let me choose the first one. So I'm on the WordPress. So there is tab called fork. So I'm just click on fork, and the name of the repository which I need to be forked as a WordPress, and copy master only. If you want, if you remove this, you can copy all the branch with the destination machine. So let me create a fork. So here WordPress been created. With all the branch. If I click on the main it will only copy the new one only. So this is the way to fork your repository. And yes, this is the end of our scenarios. We included almost all the things on the GitHub and Git part. Hope you guys like my videos. Kindly provide your input on your comment section, and subscribe the channel and provide me feedback on comment section. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you very much.